Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. In today's video, we have two things we're going to accomplish. Well, three things actually. Phase 1 is going to be explaining. I have made a bit of a change since the previous video, and that change is that I have placed out some netherrack where I believe the bounds of the Pharaoh's Landing village are going to be. So this is where our wall is going to run. This is going to be the inside face of the wall, which means it will extend out 3 blocks this way. That might be a little concerning when we come around these corners. It'll be a little tight. We might have to do some expansion of the land into the river. But this is the inside, and the new part is this right here. I extended this out to get sort of a rough idea of where I want the walls to be, which means we have all the space inside to do the building. I plan to have a couple of different entrances. I plan to have an entrance right here, an entrance right here, somewhere in the middle of this large section, maybe even like a bigger entrance, something grandiose. This is the main entrance. That's going to be a side entrance, and then we'll have another side entrance over here as well. The new thing is, of course, well, obviously all this netherrack out here, but I've also defined a boundary over on this side, and it sort of connects to the natural boundary being the mountain. But the mountain is a little small over here, so we might need to add a bit to this. And yeah, that's the current plan. I don't have much of an idea of all the buildings that I want to do, and I might even want to end up doing something like a palace or something of that sort. If I do, I think the palace will rest pretty much on this entire... Yikes, what is this? Okay, wait, where's the sun? Okay, so the sun is setting over there, so the sun sets in the west, which means that's the east, which means that's either north or that's north. I don't have a way to check, but we'll call this north. It'll run all along the north side, and then that'll leave everything else to be just the village sort of in between. Okay, phase 1 complete. Explanation complete. Phase 2 is deconstruction. I want to deconstruct every single house in this village. Originally, I was going for like a 1-to-1 recreation where I would take down a house and build a new house in its place. That worked for a while, but I don't really know, like this house right here that I just destroyed in the opening part of me explaining why I was destroying everything, that house was tiny. There is no way in heaven's name I would have the ability to put like a building that was worth anything in this area, right? So it's gone. Boom, consider it gone. And yeah, same thing with this little shack right here. We're getting rid of all the little shacks because we don't really need them. We will come through and add in our own buildings later on. They'll be very, very nice. Tearing up this little road too because we have our own road. That's actually phase 3 is building. We're going to do a few buildings in today's video. When you're watching this, I don't think... Actually, wait. No, I will. When you're watching this, I'll be on my Thanksgiving break. It actually might even be Thanksgiving. I'm looking up at my calendar. This might go up on Thanksgiving. If it's Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. If it's not Thanksgiving for you, well, I hope you are thankful anyway. But yeah, I'm on Thanksgiving break, so I have a ton of time to sit down and play some Minecraft. So I'm going to be playing Minecraft. I'm going to be doing live streams. I'm sure you've seen those, or you didn't, in which case the VODs will be up. But yeah, we're taking a lot of time to just grind out some projects. This is one of them. So I'll have a few time lapses of buildings coming up as well. It'll be a wonderful, wonderful project, and I do hope you all enjoy. I don't think we'll be doing the walls yet. The walls are going to be one of the last things we do, as I mentioned in the previous video. Which, by the way, thanks for watching the previous video, everyone. The previous video did really, really good. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video as well, in terms of you know, liking it and viewing it and all that stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and continue to chop away all this. I was gonna do this off camera, but I figured it'd be a good way for me to introduce the video, introduce the topics we're gonna be covering, get my plans all laid out, and then yeah. Well, we're gonna definitely need to come through with some sand, though, I'll tell you what. We have like a lot of sand, but I don't know if we'll have all the sand we need. Probably, hopefully. I don't know. I'll have to see. I went ahead and did some organization as well. We have a lot of chests sitting over there. They're kind of all over the place, but I moved all like the sandstone into one chest. So all of our smooth sandstone, our regular sandstone, our slabs, our fences, even our spruce trapdoors, the things we use to build these sandstone houses. They're all in one area. So that's pretty darn cool. I don't really have any particular reason why I want to get a lot of stuff done here on Pharaoh's Landing, besides just to have the project make a lot of progress. Generally, I'm all for like the long haul progress, but I don't want you guys waiting like a year for me to do something, you know? Like I'd rather give, well, I personally would rather give small updates at a time, but why give small updates when I could give a massive, major gamer update right now? Because I am on vacation. Okay, let's actually take a quick break though from doing all this demo. We probably won't be working in that area for quite a while, by the way. Just so you know. And I'm not sure, it's very hard for me to go through and like build something, because the question comes, do I build roads first or do I build buildings first? If I build a building first, I have to make sure it connects up to the road. Oh shoot, the music isn't on. Sorry about that. It's super hard for me to remember because I toggle it off when I'm playing like Minecraft maps on Bedrock, but I have to toggle it on when I'm playing like other stuff. Sorry, the music will be on now. I'll edit in some music in that first part. I was just realizing I was like, talking, there's no tunes. Yikes, whoopsies. I will try not to let that happen again, but probably will many, many times. Many, many, many times. All right, ooh. This building right here, let's look at this one. This one is like right nestled in where the mountain is. That building might just get completely axed. I might just replace that with mountain to make it look a little less jarring when it transitions. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what becomes of that. Alrighty, gotta just tear down a few more buildings, and then we can hop into some time lapses. I'll do some time lapses of the builds, and then we can come back for like a final little like overview check. Like, hey, howdy, hey, we built it, and you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we are proud of what we build. I'm going for probably like 2 or 3 buildings in all honesty. I feel like I have the time. And you might be asking, you know, do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? If you're a Green Day fan, if you're not a Green Day fan, that probably made very little sense to you, in which case I apologize deeply. Deeply, deeply, deeply. We're gonna need sand. How much sand do we have? We have sand here, we have sand here. Those are all of the workstations. We have a fair amount of sand. And we're gonna need to repair our sword too. Or sorry, our pickaxe. We'll probably have to take a peek at that eventually. Hey, stop glitching, lights. RTX, function. Asking RTX to function is like asking a fish to not swim. One day they'll fix RTX. I just know it, deep in my bones. I feel it in my bones. They're gonna fix RTX. And that day will be a glorious, glorious day. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to worry about grading as well. Not grading as in like getting an A+ on your exam, but grading is a civil engineering term regarding cutting and filling of soils to create slopes or areas in general. In our case, we would grade for not harsh slopes. We want to be like slow slopes. And they need to be able to hold buildings on them. So actually, it is entirely grading. This is like a whole civil engineering project. It's just in Minecraft, and I won't be doing any math. I'll just be placing sand and going, hey, how does that look? And then changing it if I don't like it. You might be thinking, why don't civil engineers do that in real life? The answer is time and money. You might be asking, why am I doing that in Minecraft? The answer is because I have infinite time and infinite resources. So I can afford to waste the time and money. That's why. A real civil engineer would probably just do the math anyway, but yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to do math on my school break, my school vacation, you know? That's not how I roll. Farms. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the farms, although I do want to add farms back. Just not what we have right now. I want Pharaoh's Landing to be a functional village, as well as an aesthetic-looking one. So once we finish everything, we will be adding in villagers to the mix. And they will be able to, you know, claim workstations and have jobs and populate the village. Hopefully they'll stay alive. I'll build some iron golems, although they might just wander out the gates. I don't know, we'll see. We have a lot of iron. I'd be okay with wasting it. But yeah, I don't really... Oh, actually, I was going to say I don't really want the village to ever get, like, under attack or anything. I kind of want it to be, like, a forever village. But it would be super, super cool to fight a raid in Pharaoh's Landing. We might actually... That might actually be our way to, like, inaugurate Pharaoh's Landing into the world. Is by just calling in a raid in Pharaoh's Landing. And then we have to, like, defend... Oh, that would be so cool. That'd be one of the coolest things ever. Okay, that's what we're doing. Once we finish this project, the next video will just be dedicated to having a raid. We'll do like 3 raids. I don't even care. We'll farm them. That would be super, super cool. Okay, I'm not going to worry about filling anything right now. Because, and we might leave those buildings for later. This tower. This freaking tower is massive. And it's gotta go. Because I'm kind of building Pharaoh's Landing from one side to the other. And it happens to be just absolutely right where I'm building. So this tower is going to fall. I don't think a building will ever get this high in Pharaoh's Landing. Mostly because I want the walls to be fairly respectable. And they have a set limit. If you don't know what walls I'm talking about, check out the previous video. It'll be linked in the playlist in the description. But I showed off my wall design at the end of that video. And I sort of explained how it's going to look in Pharaoh's Landing. And it's important that, you know, the buildings can peek up and over Pharaoh's Landing if they want. But it can't be a lot. The only building that may go higher and be on the edge would be the palace, if I do decide to have a palace. But yeah, this tower was simply just too large. And all towers, I think, would be simply too large. I don't think there's any way I could make a tower work in Pharaoh's Landing at the time. I would have to do some crazy deals to get it to make a tower work, or it'd have to be very, very small. And that doesn't really sound appealing to me, so we'll probably just go no towers. Alright, but just like that, we flattened out a fairly large bit of Pharaoh's Landing. I think the first step for building, because I'm going to build in this area, the first step for building would be grading and laying out roads. So I'll probably do those in the time lapses. Dead bush. Just kidding. It's a stick now. I guess it's not a stick. Yeah. A lot of projects. A lot of different ways we can start adding more detail to this town. And I do plan on adding a lot of details, but you guys are going to have to stay tuned. Be very patient, because I'll do my best to get out updates as often as possible, but that might not be super, super often. I'm going to cut to the time lapses that I'm going to record right now, but before I do that, I want to remind you all to go down and hit the subscribe button. About 90% of you are not subscribed, sometimes even more than 90%. I'll show the graph on screen, so please consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a comment, and liking the video. It would mean a lot to me. And now, on to the time lapses.
Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy! Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice? Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky.
So I hope you guys enjoyed those 4 time lapses. To briefly recap everything we did, we built out this pathway, and this connected to sort of a second block, so to speak. There's like the front block, the main street, and then there's a little side street, and it has some brand new buildings on it. So I'll explain really quickly what each building is going to be sort of for, like my general idea for it. I'll also explain what I'm going to do in this space, which is I don't actually know. I'm thinking maybe doing like a garden or like a farm crops, you know, like wheat or potatoes or something. Not quite sure yet. This is the biggest building we have. It's not done on the inside. I'm saving the interiors for another video because I can do these when I don't have, like, when I'm not on school break. I'm going to probably try and release another video very similar to this one very soon of me like building homes maybe on like a street down this way or something. But hopefully this gives you a good idea of the scale of Pharaoh's Landing, because this is, I mean, maybe a 1/6 or a 1/5 of the scale, because we have all the space to go out this way. By the way, apologies if you hear like rumbles in the background. My cat, he's playing with his little cat tree. Anyway, so yes, we have this big house here, and these 2 houses are actually direct copies of that house and that one right there, like block for block remakes. And I'm okay with that, as long as you don't see 2 of the same house in the same like perspective. Obviously, original houses would be better, and I might go through and like change this to be like andesite or maybe wool or something. You know, it's a good way to get started, and of course the interiors are not done as well. But you know, we have working blocks like all the different workstations that we're going to be sprinkling all throughout. We definitely have the workings of the village, the rough skeletons like the skull. And then everything behind us is like the body and arms and legs and all that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for now. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys spread my videos around. And I will catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.